Of course, you know that this is the Bronco Raptor, but did you know that it's actually 10 inches wider than a standard Bronco? It's also bigger than a 23 Cadillac Escalade and a 23 Ford F-350.
Wow. Did you also know that it's 5 inches taller and 2 inches longer than the standard Bronco?
That's great.
I know, it's huge.
It also has 13 inches of ground clearance compared to the standard Bronco's 8.5 inches.
Wow.
Yeah. So this massive beast combined with this code orange color, you will definitely get noticed everywhere you go. So, Felicia, we have given them a whole bunch of numbers and a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Do you have anything cool and fun to tell them?
I do. I've actually looked into some of the Easter eggs on the Bronco Raptor, and I'm going to point a few out to you.
Awesome.
The first one is located right up here on the hood vent. Here you'll see the 4 years that the Bronco competed successfully in the Baja 1000. And then moving around to the other side, up here on the roll cage are the coordinates to the place where Bronco does its testing. So that's kind of cool. Then moving on to the back, we have two things I want to point out. I found this Raptor, and you can see that it's backwards. I'm thinking, why is it backwards? It's mirror form. So when you look in your rearview mirror, if it's not covered in, mud and muck, which is what you want, you can see Raptor. So that's kind of fun. And then, of course, every Raptor since 1966 comes with a bottle opener. They're in different locations. This one is actually located on the roll bar on this side. So that's all I have.
Man, there's so much stuff on here that I want to talk about, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah, just calm down and I'll fire the facts. This Bronco Raptor is outfitted with the Luxe package, unique Raptor graphics, a keyless entry pad, beadlock capable wheels, the carbon fiber interior pack, and code orange seatbelts that match the awesome code orange paint scheme. The leather trim suede seats are onyx blue and also have code orange highlights. This Raptor gets a 3.0-liter EcoBoost V6 engine, 10-speed automatic transmission, 37-inch tires, Haas 4.0 suspension system with Fox live dampers, and an advanced four-wheel drive system that works in concert with selectable GOAT modes. There's 418 horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque, 4,500 towing capacity, and has a combined mile per gallon average of 16. With all of this, you can still go from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds.
Okay, I am calmed down now. And what I want to show you and talk about is one of my favorite things, and that is these 37-inch EF Goodrich KO2s that come stock on this Raptor. Look at the size of these things. You got a 17-inch beadlock capable wheel, and then you have 10 inches of sidewall here. And when you're driving down the road, you don't even feel it when you hit the pop.
What?
I mean, the bumps hit the bumps in the road. And behind that, what? Behind that is the 4.0 Haas system with the Fox Live Active shocks. When you're driving down these crazy country roads out here, I've never been so stable. Even when you're hitting things in the road.
All right, before we head inside to have a look, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to our channel. That way you get notifications on all the other videos we've done for this awesome Bronco Raptor. Okay, we're inside now. We've removed the hard modular top off of the front section so you guys can get a little more light into this supremely awesome interior. The design in here just blows my mind. So first of all, every Raptor, whether it's this or an F-150, they all get these code orange accents. They put them always on the steering wheel and the vents and in other random places depending on what the vehicle is. This one comes with these really cool onyx blue seats. They're suede material in the middle with orange backing, which is so cool, and then the code orange stitching. And you've also got that in the logo in the dash and on the really cool pockets on the doors. I love those pockets because I have a giant water bottle and it just sits right down in there. It's great. And it hasn't even stretched it out. We've been using it all week, so I love that. You'll see here that the blue is carried on up into the dash, and all Broncos are made to be out getting dirty, right? So the materials they use are really cleanup friendly. I really like this 12-inch screen. I feel like the shape of it mimics the shape of this truck, how it's just about a square, but not quite. I think just a couple more inches shaved off the top, and this would be a perfect square vehicle, which is kind of interesting. This one has the carbon fiber interior package, which adds this really cool texture to various parts of the vehicle. We've got it there. There's some on the steering wheel and some behind the grab handles, which these are the same kind of grab handles that you'll see in the other Raptors, as I was talking about. I do wish they had another handle up on the column or up top there, because it is still a little difficult to get in and out of, even with the step. So I never use that handle. It's just sort of in an awkward place. We're going to take this off-roading later, and I just don't think that's going to help me keep me from bouncing around. So I'm not too sure about that. But everything else on the inside I really love. Additionally, there is just a perfect amount of storage in this. I actually think it would be great for families. The back seat does have the grab handle and a more appropriate spot for children to get in and out. The glove compartment is pretty big. You don't have to have all of this stuff in there, I don't think, but yeah, it's pretty big. This console compartment is huge. This comes out. I've got a whole box of Kleenexes down in there. It is really, really big. There's plenty of leg room. You've got a really great wireless charging pad, or you can use this section here for some storage of bobby pins. Jim loves it when I have bobby pins laying everywhere. There's plenty of leg space in the back. Let's go have a look at that. So I really like how this handle is placed. It's just so much easier to use. I am about 5'6", plenty of knee room in here. Obviously, plenty of headspace. If you're taller, just take the top off and your head can just poke out the top. I'm not sure what these are for. I've been pondering this. Maybe you can hold on to it while you're going over the bumps. I don't know. But we do see where they incorporated the code orange here in the netting, which is cool. The floor mats, I think these are standard floor mats. I don't think they were added on. I'm not positive, but I love how this Bronco is in like a 3D. It's cool. And then you do, of course, have a small middle arm. You could easily fit 3 children back here. And then the back, despite that big roll cage and the speakers and everything, plenty of room for what you need. This would be a really awesome tailgate truck, especially with the 360 lighting that it has all the way around it. All right, so now we're heading for a drive.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me how I'm going to be safe?
Okay, so the the safety features that are actually on this one is the Ford Co-Pilot 360. It has the lane keep assist. It does not have lane centering. And then it also has adaptive cruise. It has front and rear emergency braking. And just in case you might be running into stuff or something. Maybe.
Off-road stuff, okay.
No, so if you were in an accident or something, just know that you have heavy-duty steel modular front and rear bumpers.
Awesome. I do think that some of those features are just on this one because it's the Lux package.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you do have the Lux package, so you do have some added features that may not be on a base model Bronco Raptor.
Yeah. So, what do you think about ease of use from where you're sitting as the driver?
I think actually everything is in a good spot. The seat is very, very comfortable and multiple different power angles and stuff like that. So,
on this side too.
So that's great. Everything is very close. Actually, I feel like it's actually really close to me and easy to get to. Even all of your off-road buttons that you have that are up here and all of your auxiliary switches up above. Just really easy to get to everything. The steering wheel is a basic Raptor steering wheel and all the functions and even probably very similar to a regular Ford steering wheel. So you got all your adaptive cruise stuff and you've got all of your radio stuff. And this one though, you do have an exhaust button, a suspension button, a Raptor button, and a steering button. You know what any of those do?
No, sir. I do not.
Okay, so the Raptor actually has an active valve exhaust system. So when you go into sport mode, it opens it up a little bit more, and you go into Baja mode and it opens it all the way up. So it just basically is quiet, calm, loud, and louder.
Okay.
Okay. So some people call that loud one like to wake up your neighbors.
Oh, all right.
So,
which you don't need for family friendliness.
No.
But know that you can turn it off. So that's nice.
Your suspension button actually changes the dampening of your suspension. So if you want a sportier feel, you push it and turn it into sport, and it will tighten things up a little bit. You're going to go off-roading, so you want to go into that type of Baja mode and things like that. That will loosen up the suspension and give it a lot of travel. Mm-hmm. And then you just have your normal suspension for your everyday driving.
Gotcha.
Okay, so steering, same thing. Sport steering, a little bit tighter. Baja gives you a little bit looser feel so that you can maneuver it a little bit more because you're probably going to be in sand and dirt and stuff. And then you have your normal mode on it. The Raptor button is where the magic happens.
Oh, magic.
The magic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So with the Raptor button, you can actually set all of those things individually, your drive mode and everything, however you want to drive the truck on a daily basis, and get in and press that button and it'll change everything every time you get in.
Oh, that's nice.
Because as we know, none of these, if you put it into a different mode, it automatically reverts to normal every time. Well, with the Raptor button, instead of having to change all that again, you can just push that one button and it changes everything.
So every time you turn it off, it's like kind of factory resets it.
Basically.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Or you can call it your mode, my mode.
Yeah.
Our mode, my mode.
Yeah, that's cool. Your mode, not mine, because I don't jump tracks or anything.
No, you don't jump railroad tracks.
I love these seats. I think they're so cool, and they're really comfortable.
Yes, they
Kids would freak out about this riding around in this thing.
Yeah.
I cannot even imagine. Like for cool points, definitely family friendly.
Yeah.
And and it's still practical for your family.
Yeah.
And cool.
Right.
So, all right. So, what do you think about this really cool infotainment screen?
It's really good. It's Ford's latest sync system, and it's very quick. It's snappy. It does what it needs to do. You got wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So
I
mean,
love it when it's
that's all you need.
wireless. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when it's wireless and you get in and it just connects.
Oh, and one other thing, it's connected to this B&O system that's in this Bronco.
Oh, yes.
which
Oh, my gosh. It's
none
so
of the
much
other
better.
Broncos get, which is why their stereos are not so good in the regular Broncos.
So, I think that also comes on the Lux, though.
Yeah, it is part of the Lux package, yes.
But can you get the Lux on the standard Broncos?
They do, but not Bang & Olufsen.
Oh, they're so much better. The road noise was a lot.
It was.
More
It was
prevalent.
way worse than this.
Yeah.
Because this was really not that bad. And the stereo's loud enough that it drowns it out, so you don't have to worry about the wind noise.
Yeah, this truck feels luxurious to me, which I love because you know how I love chunky, sporty vehicles, but my aging body likes to drive the more, mom type vehicles. So I think this one really hits the spot on meeting all those needs.
We talked about earlier, we told you guys earlier that this has a 3.0 liter twin turbo in it. And that engine is what they took out of the Ford Explorer ST, their high-performance Ford Explorer. In that, it had 400 horsepower. In this, it has 418 because they opened it up just a little bit more.
And is that just in the Raptor, or is it in all the Bronco line?
No, just the Bronco Raptor.
Okay.
The only one that gets that engine.
Okay.
So that is one thing. The next thing is the suspension system that actually comes from the Raptor F-150. The only thing that's different is I'm not sure that the F-150 has the Haas system as part of it, because that is a full off-road package, but it possibly could be.
It's so much stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah, so the one thing that this does that you don't do on the Bronco Raptor, what the Bronco Raptor does that the F-150 Raptor does not have, is the sway bar disconnect. So if you are on an off level surface, you can actually disconnect the sway bar so it drops the front end back down level.
So when you're out getting crazy before you get in the school pickup line,
Yes.
you have all that just like ready to go.
Yeah. So if you need to park halfway on a rock to get your kid before everybody else, you just press that sway bar and it just drops it down, and everybody gets in.
Yeah, you gotta drive through the landscaping to get to the front of the line.
Right.
Pickup line's the worst.
Power on this is really good. Of course, we just talked about the horsepower, and we know it has 440 pound-feet of torque. That really shows whenever you launch it from the line, because you get 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds.
It's crazy because it's such a big vehicle, and I don't remember what its weight is, but
Yeah.
but it's up there, and I can't believe how fast it comes off the line.
Yeah.
It's
very
really just blows your mind. It's every time I'm surprised. I don't do it a lot. But every time I'm surprised. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm sorry,
So we can't really, not in a really good area to launch this, but we can stomp on it right now.
Do it. I mean, it throws you back like with the force of an electric motor.
It does.
It's crazy. There's no lag whatsoever.
Once those turbos get in,
nuts.
it pins you. And that is another part of their system, is they have this tuned, so there is very little to no turbo lag.
There's not. And, when I was driving it this week, I would sort of just get used to how comfortable it is and just enjoying my ride, that I would be like, wait, this is an off-road truck, I should at least, try to have some fun. And so whenever we would hit our road, which is a terribly paved country road with some curves and some beautiful trees and stuff.
It's really bumpy.
Yeah, but I would remind myself, step on it when you go through here,
Especially when there's a possum.
I wouldn't even these videos what you think. So we check the comments and stuff on these videos. So if you have any other questions, because there is so much stuff to cover in this, like, first of all, see the other videos. We always do a review video, a real world mile per gallon video. We're going to try to get you some off-road stuff, which you can see that in other places as well. But we want to try it out for ourselves.
Yeah.
And, you know, Jim does the really in-depth video on all the details. But still, even through all that, sometimes we miss stuff and we just can't get it all in. So if you have a question, let us know, because we do know the information. It's just so much that we don't always get it all in. So leave us a comment and let us know. So what kind of impact does this guy have on our family budget?
Oh boy. So the efficiency on this, I think we may have touched on earlier, but if we didn't, it's 15 in the city, 16 on the highway, and it says it averages 15. Okay, so that is going to work out at 12,000 miles a year on average.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to look at about $266 a month in gas. That's for about 1,000 miles, driving about 1,000 miles a month.
As an accountant, it's really freaking me out right now that we're driving an hour to get to this off-road place because the gas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
When you look at the pricing of the vehicle on top of what you're going to pay in gas every month, so this one, now this, we had to update pricing because our tester here was actually put out earlier this year before pricing had changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to adjust the pricing for what it is online right now if you would actually want to purchase one of these or order one. And what you're looking at is the starting price on it. The starting price now is just under $90,000. It's $89,800 or $89,900, something
That's
like
now.
that. That's now. That's the base.
$6,000 more.
$6,000.
Goodness.
Yeah. So
you should
that
have
means,
got in on it earlier in the year.
Right. So that means with the $11,235 in options that are on this car,
This thing is decked out.
on this one,
for sure.
and the $1,700 destination fee,
Yeah.
that this one, instead of previously would have been $96,000.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling everybody, which is still.
If you wanted one set up exactly like this one
Now.
as our tester, $102,000.
Oh gosh. All right, so what do you think? Park it in the garage, just play with it, or stay away from it? I think it's pretty clear we don't want to stay away from it.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna say you don't want to stay away.
There's
from it.
the only,
thing is just awesome.
yeah, the only bad thing about it is, for me, is that gas.
Well,
gas mileage.
I mean, I think $102,000 is pretty hard to get over.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But if it's something that you can't afford and that you are considering, if it was me, generally, if you're planning on spending $100,000 to $100,000 on a vehicle,
Yeah.
you're probably not too concerned about the gas.
Well, no.
How much it costs to fill it up. So, if you take those out of the equation, would I just park it in my garage, or would I play with it? So there's the conundrum. Do I park it in my garage, take it out on nice days? Do I daily drive it?
Yeah.
Or is it just a fun vehicle?
Yeah.
I would have a problem taking a $100,000 vehicle all the time and taking out and playing with it in off-road parks and trees and all of that stuff. That would scare me. I'd be a little more worried about it.
I know. That's the thing, is that's what it's built. Well, it's actually more for Baja racing, which is gonna
high speed.
Yeah, you're not doing a lot of rock crawling and stuff.
I would love to play in it. I'd be scared to play in it. I wouldn't just park it in my garage. I would daily drive it.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll fit in the garage. I think it will.
Yeah, it should.
On the side that has the double wide door. I think I've had a fine time with it all week. I have some footage of me parking and doing daily stuff, and I really expected for it to be difficult and that I would decide that I did not like it for daily use.
Yeah.
But somehow it's so easy to drive. I think the way the hood is shaped with those tie downs on the front is what makes it so easy to park and maneuver, because you can actually see everything.
Yeah.
Of course, you can always use the cameras too when you're under a certain speed.
Right.
But there's so much room to store stuff. I mean,
There is, really.
I mean, it actually ended up being a great daily driver.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't feel like I was driving a beast at all. I mean, yeah. So, if I had a budget for it, I definitely would get it. I would not get this loud color.
Well, right.
I would keep all the code orange inside. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know how I love details. But I would tone down the outside. I really like the new colors that Ford has, the Area 51 and the Cactus Gray.
Yeah.
Those are
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
So maybe one of those. I don't know.
I would probably, with this, and because the fenders are black, I would just choose an all black one. That way it all was blended together. But one thing to note is that the 2024 models, you can get the fenders body colored.
Yeah.
So you're going to have your whole thing match and not have to have those black, weird black plastic.
And I feel
fenders.
like, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like I also read, like, some of the stuff in the Lux package will be more standard also. Like
probably.
the adaptive cruise and things like that. Because we see that in low model, or low package cars
They're starting
every day.
Yeah, they're starting to put a lot more of the safety features to be standard now.
I love it.
I do too.
I love it. I really do. I think it's super cool. I remember how excited I was when these were coming